Oh no, that's a... Anyway. What's going on, Guild? ffxiv here. They're back. Final Fantasy in the new year. I'm pretty hyped. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty hyped to be able to get into Dawntrail. But we've got to do the variant dungeons. Just unlock them. We don't have to do them. We just have to unlock them. They're big blue. They're big and blue. Key to the past. Shallow Moors, waiting you expectantly. Artemis, does this mean you found a spare moment if you're busy? God-slaying agenda? Wonderful. We've actually had a letter addressed to you from Mistress Mamadi. Go ahead and read through that, and I'll dig up a link pearl I'm to use to convey your reply. Dear Artemis, I was hoping this letter finds you well and is still taking guild jobs, because we've got one here with your name on it. Ordinarily, I wouldn't bother you with something like this, but the client is a personal attendant of to Radiant Majesty Nominal Namao. And I'm guessing that piqued your curiosity as much as it did mine. Let Shallowmore know if you can make it over to Udal, and I'll step up a meeting with the lady in waiting. I'm told it's nothing urgent, so at your earliest convenience, Mamadi. What do you think? Yeah or nay? One does not simply refuse Mistress Mamadi. Ah, I'll take it that as a sense then. Let me make the call. And done. Our tiny taskmaster is making arrangements as we speak. He says the lady you'll be meeting in Lalafell by the name of Kokoshu. Light brown hair, green eyes, and should be awaiting you outside the quicksand by the time you arrive. Fair fortune and safe travels. Like, do I just want to grab them all? But that's not how I do things. Not how I play this account. We have the law, so we will read it. Okay. Thursday I won't be, tomorrow I won't be live. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow I won't be live, because of, Archipelago. Go figure. But, yeah, we'll be, oh fine. And then it was that. Master Tincture, I presume? I am Kokoshu. At least just to be clear from the outset, I am not your true client. The personage you wish to engage at your service is Sultana, Nominal Uname herself. Firstly, however, pray allow me to explain the request itself, then you can decide whether or not you wish to proceed. I trust you recall the tunnels beneath the city of Udal. Memories. I speak, of course, as the Sildan subterrane, the passage and waterways through which you made your escape on the day of the ill-fated victory banquet. Seems that one of the tunnels section collapsed during the commotion, and the crew, compromised primarily of immortal flames, has since been put to work on repairs. In the process of restoring the man's masonry, however, they come across an unexpected gate. It was described as antique in design, inscrutable in purpose, and sealed shut by some mystical force. Reports appear to be great interest to the Sultana, and she has expressed a desire to investigate the strange portal firsthand. Furthermore, she feels that Masters Tarpin and likely are overprotective and will prevent her from exploring to her heart's content. But are we then to send her royal majesty into potential peril without a trusted escort? You see my dilemma. As proven champion of Eorzea and veteran to countless heroic endeavors, it is you whom we would entrust the Sultana's safety, besides which would have it no other way. Her Grace's wish is my command. Thank you, Master Tincture. Means a great deal to Her Grace. Please wait here, and I shall inform the Sultana of your decision. Ottoman, thank you for coming. I greatly appreciate you indulging this selfish request of mine. I should hope for the sake of your adventurous spirit, however, that it's the mastery that at hand proves more intriguing than the odious. Kokosho spoke broadly of what you expect, yes? And allow me to add a few details to the story. According to the reports, the gate bears an intricate flowery design. The flames were unable to assess the origin or significance, but I have seen such a motif before. The very same design adorns a key in my possession, the last gift I was ever to receive from my dear departed parents. I recall the ceremony which was presented in their promises to take me to places the key unlocked once I'd come of age. They spoke excitingly of the choices I might make of the things I would behold on my chosen path, but they were called away to Saul's Hall long before that days would arrive. With mother and father gone, I dare say I have ever learning the key's purpose. Despaired of ever learning the key's purpose, and now this portal is found. Surely you understand why I cannot leave it unopened. There could be anything behind that gate. You see, I wish I could count on your enthusiasm. How reassuring it will have the veteran adventurer at my side. Now that I distrust Papa Sean or Pippin, of course, but if I told them, they would only seek to dissuade me from my course. As for Kokosho, she was the first I brought into my confidence. She is, after all, my lady-in-waiting, and serves as my double when I'm away. I haven't wished to involve anyone else, but she flatly refused to cooperate, unless I enlist a reliable escort. Thus here we stand, and though I regret the need to have you complicate with my subterfuge, complicit with my subterfuge, the idea of exploring with you have me giddy with anticipation. You make your way directly to the excavation site in central Southland. The foreman there has been restricted to permit you entrance. Considering the tunnels reach all the way to the palace, security protocol dictates that we receive reports anytime someone enters the ruin. I'll take that as my signal to join you via the secret passage, of course. Now let us make our preparations. We should, as you say, be ready for anything. Alright, let's go. The more I traverse this world, the more I realize how bad it is going to be. It'll be fine overall, but it's just how bad it'll be. I have to get to high levels to do stuff, or I can technically leave. Master Tincture, Lady Kokosho says you are here under restricted access to the ruins of some manner of confidential assignment. I wonder, does this have anything to do with what they found in that collapse section, or... actually, never mind. I'm not meaning to ask any questions. Rubble's been mostly cleared away, but please, do watch your footing down there. We wouldn't want you tripping over loose rocks in the gloom. Variant and Variant Dungeon, the sealed up subterranean now accessible. Alright, Variant Dungeons are unique dungeon branching paths by exploring. Okay, I understand what I must do. Let's go. I told Charlie and we'll unlock the other two. And then we'll get into dawntrail. Shallowmore wishes word with your fellow well-traveled adventurer. Your timing's impeccable, Artemis. How do you manage to do that? The intriguing job has been laid at our feet. The client insists you be there one to take it up. The client? Why not other than the East Elegant Trading Company? The missive we dispatched from Kugane branch rather than Lord Lolrito's office, but it nevertheless carries a big, 50 cent of moneyed interest. You give it a read. Dear Artemis, in the self-same spirit of friendship which had defined our every interest, it is my pleasure to extend to you this humble invitation. This because of your endearing efforts to save the star that we may befall the rest of the rarest of opportunities. For it was in service of your noble quest to build the good ship Ragnarok that I was able to forge a fruitful bond between myself and another in Higashi's elites. This love has seen fit to grant me a guest of my choosing. To go where few Asian have tread, beyond the bounds of Kugane, the sacred slopes of Mount Rockon itself. Cannot overstate the significance of this gesture. How it's the allure of sight, henceforth unseen by Western eyes. No, it's an exaggeration to say that no one is more deserving of this boon than your magnesium himself. We'll await our reunion at the gate of the Bar Crow Inn. Ever your faithful servant, Hancock Fitzgerald. There's flattery. And there's this. Laid it on a bit sick, did he? I expect no less of a consummate merchant. Not too proud of debate itself when sufficient profits at stake. Still, there may be a crumb of sincerity beneath the slathering of honeyed words, and if not, you still stand to benefit from playing along. You'll be heading to Kugane then, I take it? Yeah, more so or less. Perfect, I'll send word that you're on your way. Fair fortune and safe travels. You best come back with plenty of stories to tell your heart. Alright. Nane! Oh, my dear Artemis, who would have thought that the spinners would have seen reunited so soon? The pleasure to hear that no other charlatans have attempted to masquerade as Tenzin's prodigy in the intern. As you can see, preparations for the journey are well underway. Partial as I am to traditional Hingane kimonos, if we are to climb a mountain, it would be prudent to do so in comfort as we are style. But I presume you would rather discuss matters of greater importance than my attire. Fear not. My capable associates are ready and eager to brief you on the challenges ahead. We have reserved the finest chambers of the inn on the occasion, so let us reconvene away from all the hustle and bustle, shall we? Got one more to unlock, and then, yeah, we can start dawntrail. Just unlocking these is important. Master Hancock, Master Artemis, we are most grateful for your aid in this matter. I am Tsubaki, and my Omiyoji companion is called Tamikmori. We are come to Kugane on behalf of Lord Uzumbi, who presides over Mount Ronko and the surrounding lands. His lordship is one I mentioned in my missive. Hearing of my interest in Far Eastern treasures, he knew at once that we would find the lure of the sacred people. Oh, but I forget that you are not familiar with these lands as I. Let's begin with the basics and expound upon the finer points as we go. To orient a destination in your mind's eye, we have first reviewed Higashi Geographic. Of many islands which comprise of this nation, it is here on the western coast of Shinshu where Kugane serves as our shining beacon of commerce. Mount Ronkon, meanwhile, can be found far from our beloved craft city and trade. Here is the northeastern corner of the isle. On the slopes of the sacred mountains sits Shoujo Temple, a monastery where monks gather to train their body and soul. Alas, it defines of its holy purpose, a horde of otherworldly demons have claimed the temple as their own. His lordship suspects that the collection of accursed treasures is to blame for the infestation. In Far East, you see, 'tis believed that well-preserved objects may come and possess living souls after a time. These vessel turned kami are known as Sukagami. And Sukagami, in turn, may attract or even beget other spirits. These monoko clearly have no regard for the sanctity of the mountain, and so Lord Uzumbi desires a swift resolution. Compassionate soul that I am, I could not bear to stand idly by, but as men in wells of influence, but base altruism is beneath us both, so I offered to aid his lordship in a manner befitting our station, by brokering a mutual beneficial arrangement. Simply put, should I find a way to rid the mountain of Mononoke, I may lay claim to any accursed treasures I find. One man's trash is another man's Taramono. That's Hinagani for treasure, by the way. And here, my friend, where you come in. During our last jaunt to the mountain, you will serve as my bodyguard and slay any monstrous Mononoke we encounter. In exchange, you shall become one of the blessed few to bear witness to the wonders and terrors of Mount Rokon. A fair deal, yes? I've always wanted to explore more of Hinagashi. Oh, the way our warrior of light. That's our warrior of light. I knew you wouldn't disappoint. Now, the manner of Artemis' participation is settled. Might I inquire as to our current owner of these items, Mistress Tsubaki? The treasure were brought in the temple on the behest of Goria. the head monk, though his disciples doubt not that the interests were pure. His actions have brought them great misfortune. Like you, Master Hancock, Goria was a vast collection of antiques and claimed that the Tsukumagi, I can say it when I don't read it, Tsukigami, who dwell within them ought to be worshipped. Driven by the fervent beliefs, he purchases many of the items he worthy as veneration. But as his collection grew, so did certain troubling phenomenon. An unholy shadow began to loom over the sacred mountain. Under this wicked veil would be the Mononoke, embellished to break their feeders. Fearing for their lives, the monks had no choice but to flee, their home defied by demons. Did not allow the scourge to spread further and sent our strongest warriors to slay the fiends. A few returned, knowing that victory could not be attained by our force alone. My lord bade us employ magics. The threat. Long cutscene. Not to read. Kakamori is one of those valiant few who returned from the temple. Thanks to his digital support, we know aught of Mount Okon's present state. Our orders were to find Goria and convince him to part ways with his treasure. But our pleas fell on deaf ears. He was like onto an animal. I suspect any semblance of reason has left him. Though the seal was placed upon the mountain's doors, the monarchy have had an ample time of corrupt the souls of those who cannot make good their escape. Should you encounter any survivors, do not show them Maricrum of mercy. Late. We have prepared our strongest falcon. The keeper shall wait you by the Bocas hot spring. We'll summon the bird once your preparations are. Our word of caution. Falcon fear the monarchy and will refuse to fly close to us. I shall bring you to the foot of the mountain, no further. On that point, you will have. Thanks, my friend. Now then. We are to depart soon. I think it's best we feast to our heart's content. One cannot slay demons on an empty stomach. My thanks again for our assistance, Master Artemis. Master Hancock had some business matters to attend to before your expedition. When you're ready, I shall summon him. I feel compelled to warn you. Even in time of peace, climb of Mount Rokon is not for the faint of heart. Just you procure sufficient provisions if you have not yet done so, and ensure that your equipment is in working order. Kakamori's discipline has been tasked with maintaining the mountain's wards. Disciples have been tasked. They will open the way for you upon your arrival. Speak with our falcon when you wish to depart, but I must remain here. I shall pray for your success. Right. Oh, these will stay as things to do. We'll do those later. I just want to unlock them. After we unlock all these, we'll go into, start doing dawntrail. But yeah, that's a whole new... That's what those two are. Probably get a party for those on Party Finder at some point. Stranger from Paradise. Delamore has a job for a certain adventure. Artemis. In the mood for an odd job, are we? I arrived in the most victorious for receiving a request of your assistant but no moment ago. It was written by Passon, Damnir the Alchemist, on behalf of a acquaintance of yours. What's his name again? Ah, yes. Messiah. Rings familiar, I hope. Messiah. Good, good. It seems that your fisher friend is in a spot of trouble. Is this, Passon believes if you're the one to get them out of it. That is, of course, assuming you have room in your schedule. I'd be glad to help a friend in need. That's a yes, then. Thank you, Artemis. Well, I myself am not familiar with the details of the request. Passon should be happy to explain everything. I believe he can be found in the great work. May the job prove free of hitches, hindrance, and headaches. Emerald tomorrow. I haven't done an emerald. I'll have to make sure I get everything working the way I want it to, though. Right here, it's gonna be up. There you are. Oh, you must be Artemis. Have a gleaner sent you here. Very good. I have no idea how relieved I am that you've come. You may have guessed I am Passon. I've worked as an alchemist here at the Great Work, and Messiah is one of my oldest and dearest friends. His is a problem which has proven quite difficult to unravel. Needless, he is loath to ask you for help. So I've taken it upon myself to reach out to without his knowledge for both his sake and the sake of our little one fate has brought into. I'll be along to tell his most recent catch, which should prove the perfect opportunity to convince him that we require your aid. We'll be sure to catch his attention if we wait outside. Follow me on. Like I said, we'll need to do these, but we'll do these later. That's maybe what I do on Sunday. I plan on also doing an archipelago or a speedrun on Sunday, so I won't be doing too much of this game on Sunday. Is that Artemis? I didn't know you and Passion were acquainted. Master Matsuya, who is this mighty hunter? His arms are thick, mighty ropes, unlike Passion's limbs. Dewy limbs will shrivel in the sun. Frickin' talks? I would have you know that I'm an alchemist by trade. I work with my mind, not my body. Need I remind you, as my knowledge which allows me to nurse you back to health. Really little respect isn't too much to ask. Now the bird? By the looks of your face, I take it you understood Kalika's commentary. This is the little one I mentioned to you before. In spite of his forthright nature, Messiah and I have become quite taken with him. I apologize for contacting Artemis without consulting you beforehand. I know you didn't want to burden him with your troubles, but I'm afraid I see no other recourse. Well, since you've come all this way, I suppose it'd be foolish for me not to tell you everything. That is, of course, if you'd like to hear it. Very well. Several days ago, I found this tiny bird on the shore, breathing faintly and unconscious. Past son, I took him in and watched over him day and night, unsure if he would ever awake. For mercy, he did, and then, to our surprise, he spoke. Go to the southern island. What isles are there, you may wonder? Calica, will you explain? Calica. Certainly, Master Marcia. Your wish is my command. The South Sea Isles, I believe you call them. Remote and mysterious, 'tis said. I hail from there, and one in the west by the name of Alola. It's home to the people thousands of years ago, whom no trace remains save the grand shrine, and great statues of speaker enshrined within. The statues was embellished with glorious gemstones which bestowed volatility and beauty on the island. Nowhere else did nature thrive so. Long after the builder vanished, others would cross the sea and bask in its bounty. However, a century ago, from the ocean's deep, rolling flames burst forth, forcing the residents of Alola. Alola? I don't know. Let me see how Google will pronounce that. Type it when I want. Lalo? Wallow? Yeah. Wallow. To flee. And so the animals, who no longer had the fear of the hunter's arrows, had claimed the island's gift. And Wallow healed. Ravenous beasts grew plentiful and the rivers became choked with fish. They breed and feast unchecked, and not even the speaker's blessing can forestall the island's gradual descent into barren waste. As a speaker's servant, it fell to me to go forth and save my dear home, so I rode the waves onto a floating coconut in search of mighty hunter. Although the ocean could have swallowed me whole at any moment, I looked towards the horizon without fear, and had faith that the speaker would guide me true. And I was right! Master Marcia and the very hunter who saved Albalalo. You see now that the source of my distress. The very thought of facing ravenous beasts makes me shiver in fear. But you could be the hunter our little friend seeks, and the sake your hunger for exploration besides. Immediately, I did not ask because I thought such trifling tasks would be but I mean, a grand shrine. If you are as accomplished as Master Marcia says, I'd welcome you to Alola with open wings. There's just one catch, however. Master Marcia must come, you see. The speaker guided me to his embrace, and that is a sign I cannot ignore. I have ever had a soft spot for small, defenseless creatures. While I am no man of action, I possess knowledge of the South Seas which may put wind in your sails, as it Many of the fish native to the islands are prized with its rare properties and would make a fine gift for any alchemist. Nidhana would be most impressed if you were to brave unknown waters to bring her a few. Oh, that and some knots over there. for Nahana. Nahana. Yes, I'll go. I'll go and find the plumpest fish I can find. As for you, Artemis, it seems I must burden you with my troubles after all. I know it's a lot to ask, but please, travel with me to Awalo Island. Master Messiah, where is all well? Even every moment I become more certain of this. Now let us depart before we swell out of courage recedes. Alo is south from here, as the Albion flies. You will know it by its unspeakable lush canopies. No, Kilika, you must stay here. Your wounds have suffered sufficient have to heal. Rather presumptuous of you to command me us, but you are right. I can scarcely lift my wing for the pain. Fear not, your instructions were more than clear enough to guide Artemis and Messiah to Aloala Island. How many times we're gonna say it? As I can't accompany you, I see to commissioning a vessel for your voyage. Once you're ready to depart, let us rendezvous at Yedimad. You hear that, Sozolo? Jewel bigger than you is just waiting for someone to sail the island and give it a new home. Can't say I made it out every little bit, did you hear me? But I got a sail point. Treasure in the South Seas Isles right for the plucking, aye. Seems you were onto something with the wild chocobo chase. Wasbrim. Rumors of wild rich rarely pay off this well. Aye, but that's a lot might be after the same thing. We'd be in for some competition. No need to get your small clothes in a twist over the fisherman and his hired help. These ears aren't just for show, you know. I heard them spill the exact location. Oh, it smells bigger than the Milvian Gates one. Wager will be richer than kings. Get your gear in order, you two. We're commandeering the first skiff we lay eyes on. Alright, like I said, we're gonna unlock it, and then we'll get into... It's gonna take about an hour, which isn't bad. There you are. Pass-on. There you are. Did you spy the commotion on your way here? It seems the trio of masked scoundrels obscured the one of the smaller ships. The Radiant host is attempting to track them down. The sea is vast and the sea is long gone. Let's give thanks that they cannot choose our vessel. Yes. Garcia wanted me to tell you that he has returned to Akili to wrap up some loose ends and work which he make ready to part. Now that you've arrived, I'll send word Kalika and I may be staying behind, but that doesn't mean we can't make ourselves useful. We'll give the skipper directions to Alawa Island, and she is confident that she can deliver you there without issue. The rest depends on you, my friend. Alright. That's all 3 VC dungeons unlocked. We won't get to them, but for a while. Like I said, that'll probably be a Sunday thing to do. But let's start. Alright, let's go start DT. New world to explore. Achika Sinjika has a message for us. Welcome back, Artemis. I have word from Erinville. It seems he managed to secure passage to Toriel aboard a guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and inform your travel companions? It'll only take a moment. Fun. We're actually gonna see a bunch of people. Ojika gave us the good news. We made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Ernville himself. Ah, you're all here. Took some preparation, but the Gleaner's Guild ship has granted us place aboard the vessel bound for Toril. There's be other passengers, researchers and artisans alike, who need to share deck space. That's fine, Ernville. I doubt anyone expected we to have a ship all to ourselves. There's no casting off just yet, so I'll have any lingering concerns. Now's the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is we'll be doing in Toril, yes? Not forgotten. The nation of Tulioli is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. And your chosen allies, as your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession. Support your bid to become a Dawn servant. In addition to that, Alphanon and I have another objective. As part of this reconstruction, Garlemald seeks a way to reconcile and re-engage with his neighbors. By visiting Toril, we hope to learn more about how the myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, a sort of insight that might help our friend. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured that we'll give your contests all due attention. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. I want to find out about your grandfather, right, Cryo? Yes, as far as we can determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating Golden City by your father, the Dawn servant. Oddly enough, we have no record of the investigation in our archives. Nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of the mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one who's interested in gold. Golden City is a child bedtime story. I'm part of this expedition only because the third promise has commanded that I serve as a guide. Still playing the part of the stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. I go wherever adventures are found. That's what they tell me. Right then, I'll still committed to the journey, then we'll make ready to depart. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well.
Savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
We're not a Justinian. Don't get a beach up.
Do not be so quick to relax. Oh, Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels. Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Bufiswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off!
It's time. I trust you have everything you need?
Yeah, I'll be back if I know.
And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Kettenram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Tural.
Pardon me.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Woklamat!
Any little pings? There they are. I don't know who did the water shaders, but they look really bad compared to the rest of the game. Not the moving water shaders, the still water shaders. I still trust you.
Smooth sailing so far?
I'll get them done tomorrow.
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
I'll finish it tomorrow.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own. Did you look out across these same waters, Grandfather?
Oh, this will be my first visit to Toral. Fortunate's the name, and I'm working at STM's Aesthetics in Udall. You see, but my employment, well, came to an end. That's why I'm visiting Charlie and was hoping to start over. I was attempting and failing to find a new job. I seized a chance to board this vessel when I overheard room for another passenger. They opened up. I'm told the Dawn Servants welcomes all regardless of origin, and so Tuliol seemed like a perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. Oh, an adventurer, I presume? I am merchant myself, based in Udall, specific imports and exports that yours here in Tuliol boast. This is your first crossing the salts, as they say? You remember the social mores of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this, it's not uncommon for various races to be referred to instead by the name of certain clans. For the Mikote, the Hentasoro, the Hrothgard, the Baral, not because every member is given a clan is of the same race, mind, because many individuals of said race are associated with the clan. A fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. Do you want to make a wager? Taking a bet on who will be the set next in the Dawn Servant's chair. There are 4 calamities in the right of claimants in the right of succession. The young Wuklamat being one of them, of course. But from what the Mamral Jah bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their coin on the third promise. That door leads to Old Charlie, man. Are we able to go out here? We gotta get some screenshots. Yeah, just using the patch logo normally works. There we go. Want some lighting. And that gets posted. Few places. And we'll post this in my ff14 screenshots. Alright. Finish trust tomorrow, so because we sadly need to go to trust. They're locked to 90 at the moment. Yeah, they're locked till 90. We've got to get Alphanon and Orange up. Oh, I'm 0. Of course, is there? But yeah. Alphanon and Orange, I need to get their level 80s up to 90. So I'll do that on my own time. My story, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the history journey of the great Kenan Trum. You know, the first Yoruba to set foot in Tyrell almost 80 years ago. The Momo Shaw leader said to welcome Kenan with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. Real treasure was the crops he brought back. Potatoes, tomatoes, and corn spread across the Oasia like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. The tales say Ketaram returned to Toro several times after that, but his ship vanished during the last recorded voyage and he was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him can meet such an end in testimony to the ocean's peril. I see you, Aosian, before. You're a great and famous hero. Had enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception. With more of you Aosians coming to Tyrell, it's becoming impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our war bands have fallen, and so we head home to lick our wounds. crystals. Did you learn anything of interest? Oh, I haven't heard about the clan's name. We should have Wuklamat and Erenville teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up here on deck. Let's go all gather in the cabin.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick.
No, you get motion sick. Doesn't it?
I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Viera live there?
The Shatona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
We're in the teeth of the nomads! Reef that sail for the last snaps!
Oh dear.
Only those at watch! This wind's too strong to take any sound! I'm going off the mast! We need help! Get him below decks first! Quickly! Before he's washed overboard!
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since. The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself. Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning. What an extraordinary life he must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease. Wuklamat, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress.
Wait.
By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
Everyone just gonna let me sleep? I'm for good fish.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Seabirds.
You-footed boobies.
Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts. Come.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway.
Like clapping at the end of a plane. Woo! The pilot didn't
If
want to die
anything,
today.
it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
I just don't like the facial structure of the female cross card. I have 4 dungeons left, and I'm not making you guys sit through any of them to struggle. I don't even know if we're gonna get to the first dungeon today, but if we do, then I'll have run a lot of dungeons to get up my crust up to 93 for the next. I want to do them dungeon by dungeon this time, if I can. I forget if you can or not. Like in Shadowbringers, you can't. You don't unlock them until the end of Shadowbringers. I remember if you unlock them in Dawntrail and walk
Gods.
right after.
I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tulihyolal are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out, or...?
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tulihyolal?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Please, accept our apologies.
Apologies necessary. You were doing your job.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
I think she was lying.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tulihyolal.
Someone's doing 14 AP, and I'm just curious how that works. I'm gonna Google it. I have to Google it now. How does 14 work in terms of AP? That's my question. Like, how is 14 gonna work in terms of AP? just don't know how this. I can see how it's going to send out checks during MSQ, dungeon clears, that type of thing. I can see how it send out checks, but I don't see how it's going to. Well, despite the storm's effort of the contrary, here we are, safe and sound. Return to the city at any time by speaking with the spring sailor in the Scarlet Harbor or Australian. So they're answering my question. So if I'm stuttering, this is why, because it's like. Yeah. Alright. A nation of Tuliola. While being on solid ground, it has improved Wuklamont's mood. Her stomach appears to be lagging behind. Right then, first things first. I feel a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we've just arrived, but we should get familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. And I'll guide you. Are you sure you are in any condition to do so? Been wondering who these strange folks were, so the third promise had found herself some new followers then. Followers? Well, Clement, are you unwell? No. Can it be better? The third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. As for the hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win the right of succession. About to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners going to attract attention, especially if they're the company that third promise. Everyone will be curious, but certainly were. Siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance, but you are just so easy to approach. I'll enjoy it so much when we do. Please, don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. But very kind. Good day to you, that promise. They did have a point. Well, Clement is technically royalty here, like it or not. A person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders with bondage around the crown. Wait, what do you mean technically? I suggest we move in two groups so that to attract less attention. That's technically ignoring me then. Optimus, you and Kryl can come with me. I'll take the twin son. We'll get in touch once we had a good look around. That voyage was hard on us all, so take it slow and recuperate. We'll have time enough for that. Enjoy your wandering. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Boklamat Najas arrives. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. Still a kid at all this. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself. Oh, it's the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Arnville already mentioned the reefs of our coastal waters, which explains why we don't see any big ships moored at the dock. Only vessels with shallow draft can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats or barging ferries cargo up and down the rivers from land settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from Yuktoral, the southern landmass. Plants there produce various goods for export. Their wares are unloaded here and carted off by the merchant stalls in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. Hey. This is Bayside Bevy, Carolio's largest marketplace. Being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have it. Oh right, I should mention that here at Turiel we buy things with Pel, the currency that the Pelo created. But don't worry, more and more traders is coming to Ozia, so most shops are happy to accept your guild. But also Watchamakumiki, another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. We have other places I want to show you first. Next we'll head back a bit, then northwards, up the stairs to a certain plaza. Can't wait to see the look on your faces. Up there. Okay. What do you think of that, huh? Goodness me, you have Aeserites in Tuliola. I think I told you before, but my brother Kona spent 3 years studying in Shalian. He fell in love with the nation and its ways and brought back for us knowledge of Aesir construction. Papa warmed to the idea at once, had one built immediately. Did you do a tuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again and then up the slope to the side, right at the top of the gate which leads to Zakturl. Let's make a stop at Bloom Post on the way though. That's the headquarters for the Landsguard. So we're gonna head back there, but we're gonna come over here and get the the ace right there. I believe we can head here up and then over that, and then we can head over to Bloom Post. Just we need to make sure we get around the city. Oh, we should have teleported right back to the answer plaza, but that's fine. Not too many people hanging around the city here. There it goes. We have a lot of narrow winding streets that crawl up the sides of the mountains. As you can see, so the buildings made sure the city's main thoroughway were wide enough to accommodate wagons. Trudging up and down all these slopes and stairs is exhausting. Understand now where Woklamatka timeless endurance. Very good G-pose spot up here. Beautiful healthy plants, aren't they? Growing a garden at the cost has a challenge. On the coast has challenges, but there's nothing we can't overcome. Tomatoes. Don't know. Those are definitely ruby tomatoes if I've ever seen them. Some of those are ripe enough to just pick off and add a little salt to it. Definitely would be a good meal. We have what? The cabins for pleasant quarters and Darabil landing. And of course a Puff. This here is the Bright Plume Post, also known as the Landsguard Headquarters. Under the command of the great Zoral Jah, we hone our combat skills in order to apprehend any threat detected on patrol. You may come and go as you like, but don't cause trouble, you hear me? Here we are, Bright Plume Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Turiola and preserving the peace. The Landsguards are led by our nation's stronger warriors, and so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago when Zoral Jah took over as commander. The title has no empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strengths. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to. But I'll discuss my brother and their accomplishments later. Alphanon and Alizé should be around here too. Come on, I'll show you the way to the Sky Gates. It's right to the northern end of Pelamont. Work on black magic. Do I have any, did I do them all today? I think I did. Hold on, let me go time. Yeah, got them all today. Cool. Still have custom deliveries to do this week. Probably get done tomorrow. And we'll do, I'll do tomorrow. Probably do some dailies mixed in to just break up the monotony of quest. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yokoi. Strictly speaking, Torel is actually separate continents. Toral, the southern island of the mother, and Zaktoral, the northern island of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legend says it used to be one of the great landmasses. Long, long ago, the two gods fought a titanic battle, and when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. A familiar sounding tale, if I put my mind to the conflict between Island and Zodiac. But getting back to Zaktoral, those lands are also part of Toriel's nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He unites the people of two continents into a single. Many clans of Toriel has been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled to the lands and put a stop to the myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. But then, that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you are more interested in what's beyond the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge at Zaktoral requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the race session is over. I promise to get you one when I'm a Dawn Servant, but until then, we'll just have to wait. I'll hold you to it. I've never broken my word. Once the throne is mine, that travel permit is yours. We must have covered half the city by now. Toriel is unlike any place I've visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. I still got more weapons to buy, so. The City of Stairs. Wuklamat is ready to commence the second half of your tutorial Cleoli tour. We're heading west next, towards the Arch of Dawn. The Drillable landing is on the way. You have a Drillable too. Cleoli certainly doesn't want for method of travel. You get by. Now, if you've seen enough of this area, let me know and we can move on. The Arch of Dawn on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see something that interests you as we walk. Prison. I'm still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of the Yokoi's temple. The giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Zaktoral to appease the gods who slumbered in the great ocean trench. After the Yokoi withdrawal, the temple stood empty for centuries, so when Papa was establishing a new nation, He saw the structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Tural. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the day. Speaking of houses, we're passing through the Repleasant Quarters, the biggest residential district of Filiola. Climb 3 sets of stairs here all the way up. Also get to the palace just to grab the, well, I mean, we're gonna be here later, but I just want to grab it now, so we have... Might take a moment to go get some... Papa plays... Atlas is called Valakar Shulnatsa. Roughly translates to the invincible resilience. Probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's move on for now. The scale of this place is incredible. I don't know what the carvings at the top represent. Find out for you. Orders, go to the Delibird landing here at the... That's our movement.
Yeah! Ha ha! Yeah! Ha ha! Yeah!
I'm down. In the bucket. Stuff I do. Yeah, I'm gonna get some water. Do it right now, actually. You guys enjoy the... I'll be right back. Okay. I don't know how long I'll be live for. I might just finish this quest and call it, just so I can get... I'm still feeling yesterday. I take the jib and all that. So this is the Pleasant Quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, we have residents from all of Yoctoral clans. Omalja, Delbral, Pelu, Moblin, Hanu. We also have Tanwata, Petasora, and Shitona, moved south from their ancestral line of Zactoral. In essence, we gathered as people from every corner of Tyrol. True representation of Tuyolo to devise character. The embodiment of each building contributes to an elect culture aesthetic. Also, beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. This is a big drum there. They call it the Dawn Herald. They play it in formal occasions, like when the honoring of the Lance God returned from dangerous duty. I tried hitting it with my axe once and ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think it was all that was the time Papa held me upside down by the ankle. Never seen such an enormous drum. What would ever be used to beat such an instrument? Not an axe, apparently. Like I said, today will be a short stream, which will be fine. They happen. And here's our durables. Not bad, huh? I heard other nations use airships to sail the skies, but you'll only find balloons in Tiliola. We have them on the exact same reason as Aceraites. Kono brought back the plans from Charlian, and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. It was about 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added flight to other settlements, trade with frontiers, communities. It has never been easier. But that's enough about durables. The Arch of Dawn awaits. Yeah, I think we can get through the base of this and then we'll start the quest coming up. Like I said, tomorrow I won't be streaming. Which is fine. I plan on doing some archipelago, so I gotta go set that up. I plan on getting the trust done. If I wake up later, we might do some stream. I might come back to a stream, a late stream. And if you can get up there from in this house. No, you can just get on this. Can't get on the top roof. Be able to get up over there. That's fine. I think it's the same statements that I haven't made before. But yeah, I think we're gonna finish up on City of Stairs. Yeah, that just talks about the drum. Okay. This is it, the Arch of Dawn. When the Giants were still here, it was known as the Yukturl Landgate. When Papa found Toriola, everyone began using the present name in honor of the great achievement. Though this gate is Uka, the westland south of the city, depending on what the right of secession asks of us, we might end up going in that direction. Uka, the name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier? Those are alpacas, fearsome four-legged fiends. Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough, Kyle. You'll learn soon enough. But forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. Really, there's not many quests. They're just long raids. Kill this MSQ. And then we have a whole bunch of side quests. Start after we get, If you wish to learn the history of Tulliola, look no further. These stone pillars, you mean? Yeah, I think I'll call stream here just because I'm starting to need to go to sleep. So I will be either back later tonight or on Friday. I'll catch you guys then.